My next patron question is from Marco, who wants to know about a recent outcome of the Oscars and how it was presented. Before the Oscars, Chadwick Boseman was widely seen as the certain frontrunner for Best Actor. However, buzz increased for Anthony Hopkins in the last days before the ceremony, and he ultimately won over Chadwick. As much as he deserves this award, he has unfortunately gotten some backlash from people claiming he robbed Chadwick and that he only lost due to race. Why do you think Anthony Hopkins ultimately won Best Actor, and do you think the awful handling of the presentation for Best Actor and people crying racism will overshadow Hopkins' win for Best Actor? Before I get into my thoughts on this, I do want to say I thought this was a fantastic Best Actor lineup. All of the nominees gave great performances, and although my favorite lead actor performance of the year, Delroy Lindo in The Five Bloods, was not nominated, I would feel bad for taking anyone out. Of the actors who were nominated, Chadwick Boseman would have gotten my vote for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. He really captured the layers, the energy, and the anxiety of his character. Anthony Hopkins was also fantastic in The Father. He plays an integral part in getting you into the headspace of this gentleman suffering from dementia. As much as Boseman winning would have been wonderful, I have no qualms about Hopkins being the victor. Other people were more disappointed and felt Boseman was robbed, even though he probably got plenty of votes too. He did, after all, win a Screen Actors Guild Award, showing there was a lot of industry support for Boseman. I have a feeling it was a very close race between the two, and Hopkins just edged him out. Both were highly acclaimed performances, and Hopkins was even pegged as a possible frontrunner back when The Father premiered at Sundance. It has happened before when multiple beloved and revered performances compete in the same year, but in the end, only one will win. Think Pete O'Toole not winning for Lawrence of Arabia because he was up against Gregory Peck in To Kill a Mockingbird. Or Margot Robbie in I, Tonya and Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water competing against Frances McDormand in Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Ties have happened, but they're rare. If people are pulling the racism card, I don't think that holds water in a year where a record number of people of color were nominated, and Daniel Kaluuya won Best Supporting Actor, Yoon Yoo-jun won Best Supporting Actress, and Chloe Zhao won Best Director. Now let's talk about the decision from the show's producers to present the Best Actor category last instead of Best Picture. This was a terrible decision that seemed to bank on the idea that Boseman would win and the show would end on an emotional speech from his widow. It backfired because all it did was lead people to believe, when Joaquin Phoenix stepped out to present the final award, that would be the obvious outcome. Instead, when Hopkins won, who was not even allowed to zoom into the show, despite his age obviously being a factor in a pandemic, the show ended awkwardly. To be honest, I thought the entire Oscar ceremony this year was a complete disaster. The lack of movie clips in a show meant to celebrate movies, the never-ending speeches, and no attempt at levity except for jarring song trivia contests that seemed to go on forever. Not to mention the disrespectful way the In Memoriam segment was edited, with it speeding through names at top speed. I thought the highlights of the show were the West Side Story trailer shown during the commercial break and the performance of Best Original Song nominee Husavik, which happened during the pre-show. The presentation of the Best Actor category was pretty much the final nail in the coffin, and I get the feeling Steven Soderbergh will never be asked to produce the Oscars ever again. This does prove two things, though. One is that, for a long time, people assumed Heath Ledger won for The Dark Knight because he died. However, as we see, a posthumous nomination for beloved actor does not always translate to a win. The second is that only the vote counters at PricewaterhouseCoopers know what's in the envelopes. The producers can try to predict the most probable winner, but they can be just as wrong as the rest of us trying to fill out an Oscar pool. While I would have loved for Chadwick Boseman to win, it was Anthony Hopkins who got the most votes. But both performances are certainly worthy. Thank you for your question, Marco.